Welcome back. President Trump's new tariff rates are set to kick in tomorrow, and countries are rushing to negotiate with him and come to the table to try to score some of these last-minute deals. And despite all the doom and gloom from some of the experts out there about the economy being turned upside down, big companies are still reporting big numbers. And we talked about some of the smaller companies and smaller businesses struggling a little bit. But you know what I want to talk to you about, Larry, is this idea that we're going to see pharmaceutical tariffs, we're going to see chip tariffs, and Dagan astutely made the point earlier, for example, with chips. Until we want to do more here in this country, and until that infrastructure is built out, the tariff is going to cost us.
Well, I think you've got to give him credit as a deal maker. He understands that. He knows that full well. He's saying to, for example, the pharmaceutical companies, many of whom are based in Ireland, with a 12.5% corporate tax rate, which I love, by the way. I mean, but the fact is, they're there, not here. And they're creating jobs in factories over there, not here. And then there's others in Switzerland, for example, that's being discussed. I think Marco Rubio's talking to Switzerland today. So, you know, Mr. Trump knows that. And he'll try to work with them. Look what he's doing with Tim Cook's, perfect example. I mean, Cook's whole business is in China. And what's not in China is in India. But he's coming in for another $100 billion of investment. I don't know how much he gave, several hundred. He's just trying to say, in a way, he's buying down his own tariff problem. But he's trying to negotiate with President Trump. So I wouldn't fret too much about this. I do want to raise one thing, it's the other direction, export controls.
Okay.
That's part of the tariff story. The Commerce Department is nominally in charge of export controls, Howard Lutnick. I don't want to give China anything. I mean, I was reading, what's the NVIDIA chip, something 20, G20, I-20, something 20?
It's not Blackwell. That's the higher-end chip.
It is, right. But I wouldn't even give them the medium-end chip.
Right.
I wouldn't even give them the chip you can buy in the local CVS store. Let them get their own damn chips.
I agree with that.
I just have such a antithetical view of China's intellectual property theft and forced transfer of technologies that I don't feel like giving them anything.
There's some fear in that whole situation where people fear that if we don't give them the lower end chip, that, well, they'll go make it on their own and then everybody will be buying from them and they won't be buying from us. I mean, whether we like it or not, they're going to be trying to innovate and create things on their own, copying bits and pieces or whatever they do, Dagan.
And I'm quoting Jensen Huang, well, paraphrasing him, that you want the world building their artificial intelligence on an American stack of technology. And if you export lower-end chips to China, that's what will happen. And when asked, how do you prevent China from stealing your technology and just recreating that, in essence, he said, well, as we do, we will out-innovate them. And so that they don't want...
I have a problem with it.
Just be the best.
I know.
I know.
I'm just...
I have a large-scale problem. I mean,
expressing
as
Jensen's...
I don't know him, never met him. He's a genius. You know, NVIDIA is a genius operation. I get that. But, you know, he goes out and gives speeches in China about how great the Chinese are and how great China's society is. I don't like that either. He builds a lot of stuff over there.
Tim Cook has done that. He's gone and kissed the ring.
I know. So these guys maybe
so did Elon Musk.
Think twice. You know, how about freedoms and how about humanity and how about free markets and how about the Uyghurs? And look, I don't have to go through the litany. I'm just saying, my own experience on the China trade team in the first term taught me a lot. Robert Lighthizer, Bob Lighthizer, was correct about how difficult China is and how you cannot trust them. Doesn't mean you can't do business with them, but anyway, I just have a problem. Export controls are something that troubled me a lot. That's just...
David, we started talking last hour about the trade gap, and you mentioned how it shrunk in June. That is a positive element of all the negotiations.
Yeah, well, there is progress being made. There's no question about it. I don't have the same aversion. I don't think that a trade deficit is necessarily the best way to discuss the health of the American economy. I think Larry agrees with me on that. There are other measures that are more important to me but obviously the president uses that as one of the big measures of America's health. It's a different situation.